Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 385. Michael Bay's Ambulance. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric. We did it.
We sure did.
Oh, boy.
Confession time, real quick.
Yes.
I have seen this movie before.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I watched it about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Obviously, I had no opposition to watching it again.
Obviously. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I try not to pick stuff you've seen already.
I know, and that's fine. I don't care.
Last 4 or 5 things I've picked you've seen already.
Oh well, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Besides, I did not remember a single thing about this movie.
Fair enough.
Other than it was about an ambulance.
Yeah. And that LA is the 5th character.
Sure.
Yeah, you know. If you count the 4 in the ambulance.
That's who I'm
as
counting.
the 4 characters.
Yep, uh-huh.
Yeah.
I guess is the ambulance character.
Oh shit, it is. It absolutely is. Alright, LA is the 6th character.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, at the end the ambulance is a Transformer. I didn't realize this was a Transformers movie.
You know what? I would not be surprised.
That would have been amazing.
Considering how often this movie name checks other Michael Bay movies.
Right? Yeah.
What?
That was strange. Yeah. Did he do The Rock?
He did.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep. That was,
Okay.
I believe, his first.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Saw that movie in theaters on a disastrous date.
Oh, no. At least the movie was good.
It was very good. So what do you think about Michael Bay in general?
Oh, gosh. You know, I don't really.
I think that's probably the right answer.
I think most of the things that I've seen from him I haven't really cared for.
Okay.
I don't know how much of that is his fault versus he just picks bad projects.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, like, I mean, I remember liking the first Transformers movie.
As do I.
I probably wouldn't like it now,
Yeah, probably.
but I don't know. The Rock is good.
Yeah. Pearl
Armageddon, is that him?
That is him. Yeah.
Okay, that movie sucks.
I have never seen it. I have never wanted to see it.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Pearl Harbor.
Okay, it's long.
I've heard it's very long.
I believe my dad owned it on double VHS.
Nice. As was the style at the time.
Yep. And I remember watching it with him and not being terribly impressed by it.
Yeah. I've heard that Pain and Gain is good.
I've heard, but I've had zero interest in ever watching it.
I remember I really wanted to see The Island
Okay.
before that came out.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I never did, and I never have.
I can safely say I never wanted to see it. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have strong feelings. I feel like general consensus is that he's bad, but but I don't really care.
Sure. Any of the Bad Boy movies?
Never seen any of those.
I have not. I tried to watch the first one, and it was really long, and about an hour into it, and not much had really happened. I just kind of bailed.
Okay.
And there was still like an hour and a half left of it.
Yikes.
Right?
That's way too long for a Bad Boys movie.
Uh-huh. I don't know if he did any of the other ones, but after that, I just,
Yeah.
No, thank you, sir.
I would assume he did at least the second one, probably.
Probably.
But who knows?
Right. I mean, he did 4 Transformer movies?
Right? Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he made a shitload of money on those.
I'm sure he did, yeah. Oh, I did watch, he did a Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Like Red 6 or something like that. I don't know. It was, or The 6, I don't know.
Okay.
It was...
I was going to say Red 1? That Christmas one?
It was not Red 1.
Okay.
It was... Like Ryan Reynolds is a international thief, and he puts together a team.
Okay.
Chaos ensues.
Sure. Wisecracks abound, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It was fine. Totally memorable.
Absolutely. I can tell. Like most Netflix original productions.
Yep. And, dare I say, most Michael Bay productions.
Yeah. Oh, but I had heard this one was good.
Yeah. I think that's why I chose to watch it, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
It was fucking awesome.
All right, my biggest complaint, straight off the bat.
Okay.
I think whoever it was that taught Michael Bay about drones needs to be shot.
Right. Yes. Some of the cinematography in this movie is really, really something. Really disorienting and clearly not human made. Like, if you told me that an AI shot this movie, at least like establishing shots,
Right.
And there's a bunch of shots like overhead going down a building or running up a building or whatever, that no, don't, no more, please.
It is disorienting. It is chaotic.
Yeah.
There's already so much shit happening.
Yeah.
It is just hats upon hats upon hats.
Yeah, it's a story that needed a steady hand to tell it, and it did not get a steady hand.
It did not. It got
Michael Bay.
cocaine.
It got addicted to speed. You know what movie is great?
Speed?
Speed!
Speed is great.
There's so much of speed in the DNA of this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I was waiting for them to just get on the freeway.
Sure. Which they did.
Which they did, yeah.
And then there was cars that careened into those barrels of water.
Obviously. Yeah. Classic.
Classic LA
Classic
landmark.
Classic Toon Man crash. Remember that guy from Speed?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Was that Alan Ruck?
No, it's the guy when Jack is trying to... I use the characters' names, not the actors' names, because I respect them.
Okay.
When Jack is trying to get on the bus, he commandeers a car. It's like a convertible,
Right.
from a guy who has like a car phone and a custom license plate that says Toon Man. And then after Jack is able to jump onto the bus, Toon Man goes careening off into barrels of water.
Gotcha. I should watch Speed again.
It's fucking great.
I remember loving it.
So good.
Have you ever seen Speed 2?
I have not.
Neither have I.
Yeah. I can't imagine Rush Hour hitting the water being as adrenaline packed.
Yeah, no, yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also, I guess Jason Patrick's an okay actor, but he's no Keanu Reeves.
Absolutely not. I'm starting to think the problem with these situations is Annie, Sandra Bullock's character.
Yep.
Like, they should do Speed 3 and it's just about her.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty great, actually. Like, why does this keep happening to me?
I feel like those are sort of the premises of like the first couple Die Hards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of these actors are in this movie.
No, got a real Die Hard vibe from this, too.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The DNA of every movie of the last 40 years is in this movie.
That's right, Marley and Me's in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Lost in Translation. We need to talk about Kevin. Every movie covered. Have you ever seen We Need to Talk About Kevin?
I have.
A bow and arrow?
Yep. Weird choice.
So fucking weird. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it is Ezra Miller, so.
And we really do need to talk about Kevin.
Yep. That movie pointed us the way.
It kind of did. Nobody knew.
That's weird. I was thinking about that movie the other day for some reason.
Huh. Okay.
I think I was just thinking about Tilda Swinton.
Interesting.
Yeah. Eggs.
Yeah.
Like eggs. Like, there's a scene in that movie about eggs.
Yeah. Okay.
I
get
anyway.
it. Yeah. Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Bambulance. Holy shit. Jake Gyllenhaal is a delight.
He is 100% fantastic.
He is in a completely different movie. And it's the perfect amount of that movie for this movie. Like, if this movie was a slapstick comedy all the way through, I don't think it would work.
All right.
If this movie was deadly serious all the way through, I don't think it would work.
It absolutely would not.
But having one single element of slapstick comedy in an otherwise deadly serious movie is perfect.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, and I want to shake the hand of whoever came up with it.
Probably Jake Gyllenhaal.
If it was just him, then thank you. I don't care what Taylor says about you. Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I guess they dated.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
She's written songs about him.
Okay.
Apparently.
I, for some reason, always assumed that he was, he might be gay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah.
Either way, I have loved him since Donnie Darko.
He was great. This is our at least our second Gyllenhaal, if not third.
At least two, yeah.
Yeah.
Okja.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. This is maybe our fourth.
Oh, okay.
We did that art movie. That was a Netflix movie where he's like an art critic, I think. Yeah, exactly. It was a fucking Netflix movie. You remember every detail of it. Yeah. Velvet Buzzsaw.
We did not do that movie.
No?
No.
I could have sworn we did that movie.
We did not.
Seriously?
Yeah, I now that you say it, though, I did watch it, but we have not done it for the show.
I could have sworn we did that for the show.
No.
Okay. Well, Okja, sure.
Okja, yeah.
Enemy,
that was the...
yeah. Okay. I thought we did Velvet Buzzsaw.
Nope.
Fuck.
I mean, I may be wrong, but yeah.
My brain is mush. Who knows?
I feel like I watched that at my old place, so...
Okay.
You know, it was definitely pre us getting back together, so...
True. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
But yeah, I like Jake Gyllenhaal a lot.
Yeah.
And he's great in this. just making a meal out of everything that he's doing.
Yep.
In the best way possible.
Definitely the all-star of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a ton to talk about in this movie.
No.
It is mostly just car chases and chaos.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very simple premise.
Yeah.
A bank robbery goes wrong.
Sure.
These two guys who are brothers steal an ambulance in order to escape. And the ambulance has a wounded cop in the back and an EMT who is trying to save the wounded cop's life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And they're off to the races, and it's about trying to keep the cop alive, trying to keep everybody alive while the LAPD and the SIS, whatever the fuck that is, and the FBI try and stop them. And yeah, it's a lot of, like, the interesting stuff comes from the sort of weird characters. Like, you get the SIS chief and his dog.
Yep. Garrett Dillahunt,
who's fantastic.
Yep.
The, like, whatever tech person that he...
Zaga.
Yeah. Who I could have sworn at first was Alia Shawkat. And I was a little disappointed that it wasn't, but whoever the actress was great.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And yeah, it's just like banter between them.
Yep.
And Jake Gyllenhaal being crazy, and yeah, it's the little things in this movie that make it more than just standard boring action movie.
Yeah, I mean, it is a long movie.
It is a long movie. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yep.
Which is a full hour longer than the original Danish version.
Yeah, I had no idea that this was a remake.
I did not either until we were watching the credits.
The credits went by real fast, so...
They did, yeah.
And I was probably still laughing at the Bay films that popped up.
I think you were trying to stop it from auto-playing whatever the fuck was gonna be on next when the based on Ambulancen credit came on.
Probably. God, fucking Peacock. Just... If you don't get that, it will just play whatever the fuck it wants, like a second as soon as the credits start.
They have to keep you. If it is not playing something new, then you are not hooked, and they will lose you. This is just how streaming works.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Yeah, well, too fucking bad.
None of the other streamers do this to me.
They all do it to you.
No, they don't.
Every single one of them does this.
Just Peacock.
It's all play the next thing immediately. Fuck the credits.
No, it doesn't. Not immediately. Come on. Yeah.
What other streaming services are you using, sir?
Max.
Okay.
Prime.
Okay.
Hulu.
Okay.
The library ones.
I don't think they do it. You're right.
Paramount.
Okay. Fuck Paramount.
Okay.
I don't know.
Why are we mad at Paramount today?
Oh, I don't know. I've been a little salty about them since the guy from 60 Minutes resigned because of editorial interference from the parent company.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably happened across all the networks and all the companies because they're just the only ones that have actually said something.
That's true.
So, bravo to them for the ones that speak up.
Yeah. Good for them. Good for the guy from 60 Minutes, not for Paramount.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is horrible, Joe. So
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
For half a second, I forgot.
Yep.
Because we were watching Ambulance.
Yep. It does kind of make you forget about the rest of the world, doesn't it?
It kind of does, though the beginning is real.
Yeah.
A veteran just trying to get insurance to pay for treatment for his wife who has cancer.
Yeah.
God damn it. Just shit is broken everywhere.
But you know what? It also tries real hard to make you completely forget about that until the very end.
That's true. That is true.
And it comes all crashing down and reminds you once more about this is all because the medical industry is broken.
We should have just watched John Q instead. A movie I've never actually seen, but I feel like I know everything about.
Okay, I've never heard of it. So
it's a Denzel Washington movie.
Okay.
I want to say his son needs some sort of medical treatment.
All right.
And I don't know if he can't afford it, or the insurance won't pay for it, or the hospital doesn't want to do it. And so he takes everybody hostage at the hospital.
Okay.
And makes them do it. I assume everything goes well for him.
Sure. Yeah, because America treats its heroes well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if Denzel Washington is a veteran in that movie, but he probably is.
I mean, just for taking the hospital hostage to care for his son.
True. He is a hero.
He is a hero.
I did appreciate that this movie circled back around to the fact that Yahya Abdul Mateen the second, his character Will, is the one who shoots the cop. Like, I thought they were just going to ignore that forever, and then they touched on it a little bit at the end. I appreciated that. Like, oh, this movie does care about continuity and consequences.
Yeah, a little bit.
To a certain degree.
I did, like, just towards the end, I had to wonder. I have absolutely no idea. Like, Michael Bay, whoever he hires to edit his films together must be a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine. Because what I can't imagine is just Michael Bay sitting there with his drone, just shooting random fucking shit, or deciding, hey, I'm just going to push the camera through this pile of grass.
Yeah.
Which literally happens in one of the last shots of the movie.
Right.
Which was distracting as fuck. And just probably making off-the-cuff decisions just for the sake of looking cool.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I imagine Michael Bay is.
Sure.
And then being able to put together the pieces to make even a remotely coherent movie.
They have to be both a genius and the most tired person in Hollywood.
I am absolutely sure.
I did read that the LA River sequence with the helicopters chasing them was sort of ad-libbed by Michael Bay. Like, he decided 2 days before, like, hey, we got helicopters. That's cool. Let's do something with those. And then they just came up with this fucking crazy sequence and shot it all. Apparently no stunt people were involved. That was really Jake Gyllenhaal hanging out of an ambulance.
Excellent.
Yeah. Seems fine.
I believe this movie was shot mid-pandemic as well.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, like it was just... It was just a small movie he wanted to make while everything was in lockdown.
Sure. Obviously. I did appreciate when they, at the beginning, when they're going into the bank and they put their little masks on.
Sure.
And then a woman with a cane gets on, and she doesn't bat an eye because she is also wearing a mask.
Right.
I actually really liked that detail.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it used to be strange to see people wearing masks, and now it's just normal.
Yep. Good. Normalize it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is a period piece. It is set in the long ago times when Keurigs were new. Whenever that was.
They weren't that new.
He said it was new.
Oh, what was the other thing that you pointed out? That
what was it? Don't remember. They didn't have the internet? No, that's not what it was. I don't know. I saw a billboard for the Undoing? which was an HBO series that came out in 2020.
Okay.
So, but Keurigs were around long before then.
Yes, they were.
Maybe he just meant that he got a new model of Keurig.
Possibly. It's very possible.
Or it could have just been ad-libbed by Jake Gyllenhaal, because I did read that they were encouraged to improvise dialogue.
Oh, boy.
You know who's not a great improviser? The actress that plays the EMT, whose name I don't know.
Aiza Gonzalez, I believe.
Okay.
Cam.
Yes, Cam.
Yeah. Yeah, she's overall not great.
I mean, I think if she had had a script, she would have been better.
Probably.
But her form of improvising is just repeating the same thing over and over again.
She's I mean, I guess she's getting the job done.
She is.
Which, yeah, but don't really. I think everybody in the movie is really good at heightening the tension of the situations that they're in.
Yeah,
and she is just kind of dead weight.
A little bit.
Particularly the scene where the scene where the cop is about to die because he's bleeding out, and she has to perform impromptu surgery on him.
Right. Yeah.
Via phone and laptop.
Yeah.
With 2 doctors on a golf course.
And one in his apartment.
Sure. Yeah, she like, it's an intense situation. She's not doing her best to sell it.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. She's probably the weakest performance in the ambulance.
Yes.
I think the ambulance does a better job.
It does. Especially when it gets painted green.
Right? Yeah.
What was the point of that?
There's a few Fast and Furious things in this.
Well, sure.
I forget which Fast and Furious movie they drive into the garage and then come out of the warehouse with like 30 different cars.
Yeah, I mean, they all kind of run together.
Is that Tokyo Drift, maybe?
It might be Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Except I feel like I recall, Tej being part of that, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember.
But was Tej in Tokyo Drift?
No, Tej is not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that Bow Wow's in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Bow Wow that I'm thinking of.
It could be.
Racist.
But the green truck also made me think of Bow Wow's Hulkmobile from Tokyo Drift. And then I started thinking, like, was Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk, was that a Universal movie?
It was.
And was the Tokyo Drift, was that a Universal movie? Like, was that just a cross-promotion?
I believe, all the Fast and Furious are Universal.
So that was probably just a sly marketing for a sophisticated comic book movie.
Yep.
It's pretty smart.
I think roughly around the same time.
Yeah, 2003.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, what was the point of painting the ambulance?
So that it could slip away amidst the not painted green ambulances. Even though it had its lights on still. And looked just like a fucking ambulance that had been poorly painted green. Obviously.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. It was for comedy. Obviously. Oh, man. Yeah, there's too much happening in this.
There really is. You mentioned the LA River. Like, as soon as, like, things started going in the movie, I was like, oh, they're going to wind up in the LA River, because that's just what you do in one of these movies.
Sure. Yeah.
It was like, it's going to be an homage to Terminator 2.
Yeah. And it was.
Kind of, yeah.
See, I thought of Grease when they drove down in there. There's like a drag race that takes place I don't know if it's in the LA River or where it is, but it's a similar looking location.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you're good.
I will never watch Grease.
Grease 2?
Never watch Grease 2.
Aw, okay. I'll take that off my list for the show.
Thank you. I think you knew.
I did. Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, it's nonsense.
It's absolute nonsense.
Like, where do you even start when you're talking about something so nonsensical? We could talk about the toxic cop who goes back to the bank
right?
to ask out the teller on a date and stumbles into a bank robbery. But that whole thing before then with him and his partner is so weird.
Yep.
That's when we get the Bad Boys reference.
Yeah.
And the Rock reference.
The Rock, yep. He's not a good dude.
Yeah.
His partner, I don't think, is a good dude either.
No. Yeah.
It's like, it just, I mean, it does go out of its way to make you sympathize with our bad guys.
Yeah.
You know, Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen. But, you know,
I don't really sympathize with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay, you don't really...
He's a fucking lunatic.
You don't sympathize with him, but you like him.
Oh yeah, he's the Joker.
Yeah, he's super likable. He's very charismatic. You can absolutely see why, beyond them being brothers, that, you know, why you would follow him in, because he's just gonna convince you, no matter what.
That's true. And like Dom, he's very devoted to his family.
He is very devoted to family, and I feel like a lot of this movie was setting up some sort of prequel.
Yeah.
Referencing their psychotic father,
right?
Who would kill everybody on sight. Legendary bank robber.
Yeah, sort of like they should do like Ambulance 1997 or
right.
something.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would watch it.
Yeah.
If somehow they revealed at the end of this movie that Gyllenhaal had survived, and there's an ambulance too, I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal's soul leapt into the body of Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and they're just like coexisting in that body. And then the next movie is about him. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, they were making direct eye contact when he died.
Yeah. But you know what?
By Jericho rules, that's how a soul enters another body. Contact.
It's a good reference.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's this possibility that Danny didn't die.
It's true.
Like we see him on the ground and he's not moving, but he could still be alive.
He could. Yeah.
If they get to him soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really seem that concerned about taking care of either of those guys.
Right.
It was really up to Cam to make sure that Will's life got saved.
Yeah. Because he's the hero of the movie.
Right. What I didn't realize until the very end is that the movie is also about Cam learning to care about the patients that she transports. I had no fucking clue that was the thing that was happening.
Yeah. I feel like a better actress would have sold that.
Probably. Yeah.
Instead, it just feels real tacked on.
Yeah. And then she just goes home?
Well, she goes to visit the little girl first.
Yeah, I know, but then after that, she just goes home?
Well, sure, yeah.
She doesn't have to do any sort of debrief.
I mean, It's a Michael Bay movie. They're not going to show you
Fair enough.
They're not going to show you the administration part.
That's true. They're also not going to show you the psychological fallout of having been,
Of course not.
hostage in a stolen ambulance. Trying to save lives while fearing for her own.
Sure. I did like that when she does go to visit the... So the movie opens sort of...
Yeah.
With her saving a little girl who has been impaled in a car.
Holy shit. By like a wrought iron fence.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
And then, like, once she saves the little girl, she basically is just kind of like, yeah, fuck everything, and, you know, she doesn't give a shit.
Right.
And then, yeah, this journey that she's been on makes her learn to care again. And she goes to visit the little girl. She is covered in blood.
She has not changed. She doesn't put a jacket on. She's just like, I just hopped out of the ambulance with these two criminals. Oh, I need to go check on this little girl who I care about now.
Yep.
Maybe she just still had some adrenaline to burn off.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, man.
And also, she has, by this point, also participated in a felony.
Right.
Because she has taken the money that they stole and given it to Will's wife.
Yes.
So that she can get her experimental cancer surgery.
Yeah. She'll be fine.
Yep.
Probably.
Sure. I mean, her husband's going to be in prison.
I feel so bad for... Is his name Big Man Tate?
Big Man Tate.
Yeah. Not Little Man Tate.
Nope.
Big Man Tate. I feel so bad for that kid. He's going to end up in the system.
Uh-huh.
Because his dad's going to be in jail and his mom's going to die. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. His mom's going to die.
But she has the money to pay for her experimental surgery.
Oh, shit, you're right. Okay, she can buy her health.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. My mistake. And if that doesn't work, she can afford to pay for another one.
Sure, yeah.
Ambulance. Ambulance. Because the LA.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And the title, it's a different color.
Oh,
Because
all right.
LA is the sixth character.
That's right. What happened to Garrett Hill's dog?
I hope he survived the absolute massacre. That was completely unnecessary. I don't even know where to start with that sequence. Like, how do you explain? So they go to these guys for help who were, I guess, the one guy, Poppy,
Yeah.
was friends with their dad.
Yes.
And so Jake Gyllenhaal calls him and is like, hey, we need help out of this jam that we're in. We'll give you $12 million. Or no, $8 million. Which you need to get out of your jam, and then we'll all be even. And so, like, they help with, getting the decoy ambulances and everything. And that seems to work, and then the painted ambulance gets away.
Somehow.
And then this guy, Poppy's son, is like, that's not enough. I'm also going to slaughter these cops with a drone car that has a Gatling gun built into the passenger seats.
Yep.
I mean, okay, I know why that's there.
So that it can be in the movie.
Exactly. That is there because it is in a movie.
I mean,
I answered my own question. Case dismissed.
You have to start looking at it from Michael Bay's perspective. Why is this in a Michael Bay movie? Because he wants it there.
You know what? Again, case dismissed. The prosecution rests. We're dropping the charges. Oh fuck! But yeah, we don't check in on the dog after that massacre. Yeah. Garrett Dillahunt dies. Hopefully, the dog does not.
Yeah, maybe the shitty partner saved the dog.
Maybe that was cut out.
Yeah,
yeah. No, they didn't cut anything out of this.
No, they did not. They leave in the part where they apparently can tap into AirPods.
Yes. Yeah. It's just Bluetooth. Oh yeah, the Christopher Cross sequence. I wanted more of that.
That felt like a thing.
Yeah,
that should have been set up way earlier in the movie.
Yeah,
and then that would pay it off.
Yeah,
but instead they just kind of throw it in there and then never come back to it. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean the relationship between the two brothers is so strained throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're singing along to Christopher Cross in the front seat of this ambulance.
Right.
Like they're just having the best time. And it didn't feel right.
No. I mean, it provides a bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Where like we hear the music and we see them singing along to it, but then it cuts to Cam's perspective in the back and these two idiots are just singing poorly in the front.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't fit anything else in this movie.
Yeah. I feel like because I looked up the trailer for this.
Okay.
And I showed it to Katie and I was like, this is a movie that I want to watch. And we watched the trailer and that scene is in the trailer.
Okay.
I feel like that scene was just for the trailer to be like, this is a lighthearted, weird thing.
Right.
You'll love it. But it's fine in the trailer, but it does not fit in the rest of the movie.
So
Katie was not interested in watching this.
Yeah, I was about to ask. So this seemed like then you were wanting to watch this movie with your lady friend. She said no, and so you picked it for the show.
So it was more like I had it on my list of movies that I wanted to watch for the show.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure that she didn't want to see it.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah. No, you're not just getting the runoff. I promise.
Okay.
You or the listener. Because, yeah, that would be hurtful.
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, yeah. I'd been fine, but...
Oh my god. Ambulance.
It's a shit show, but goddamn, is it watchable?
It's 100% watchable. It's gonna make, I mean, in the vein of Speed, it's gonna make a great Sunday afternoon on TNT movie someday.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna be raking in royalties for decades to come.
Yep. I remember going to see Doctor Strange 2 at a drive-in, and Ambulance was the other movie playing across the yard.
Nice. Just switch over to that radio station just to get a listen.
No, but when we drove away, you could see the other screen as you're leaving, and I was like, okay,
they're in an ambulance for sure.
It's like, there's a car chase. Okay, I didn't know what this movie was about.
Yeah, it's just one car chase.
Yep. Oh boy, weird house movie.
Yeah, it was real weird, but I enjoyed watching it.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen, I believe, is going to be Wonder Man.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. He was on Watchmen, correct? If I remember right.
The TV show.
The TV
yes.
show.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Dr. Manhattan spoilers.
Yes. And he was in the Candyman reboot,
Oh, okay.
which was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen any of those.
Okay. I can highly recommend the first one,
Okay.
the original.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know what? The new one is interesting enough to recommend.
I heard interesting things about it.
Yeah.
I remember when it came out. So yeah, all right.
Ambulance. Anything making you happy this past week?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I really don't know. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, I got two things. One quick one is that I'm taking a vacation.
Nice.
And I'm not going to do a goddamn thing.
That's awesome.
And it's pretty glorious.
That is pretty great.
Just 5 days of sitting around and relaxing.
Nice. I mean, there's going to be a 3-hour window in there where you're mobbed with people.
Well, yeah.
But otherwise.
Yeah. So 2 days beforehand to not deal with people, and then 2 days after to recover.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, so last winter, this past winter, I did a rewatch of Twin Peaks. And I kept telling my girlfriend about it. And she was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then this past week, I convinced her to actually watch it with me.
Nice.
And so I'm doing another rewatch on Twin Peaks. But this time now, getting to watch it with someone who not only has never heard of it, has no idea what's happening or about to happen.
That's awesome.
It is fantastic. The one downside is that when we watched the pilot, we accidentally watched the international version.
Oh, no.
Which, quote-unquote, solves the mystery.
Right.
And when it got to that point, I was just like, I was like, ignore everything that has happened for like the last 10 minutes.
So I've never seen that version.
Yeah.
Is it just like, does like Dale just arrest Bob or whatever? How does that work? How do they solve that mystery?
So yeah, the international pilot, you know, like it's everything from the US version. But then there's a scene where Mrs. Palmer has a vision of Bob.
Okay.
And calls the police to tell them that she has remembered who the killer is.
Okay.
And so they send out Hawk to do a sketch. Meanwhile, in his hotel, Cooper gets a phone call, and it is from Mike.
Okay, the one-armed man. Yeah.
Telling him that he knows who the killer is, and that meet him at the hospital morgue right now. So Coop and the cops go to the morgue. Mike is there. He explains everything. They show him the sketch of Bob. He says, yes, he is currently in the basement. They go to the basement and Bob is there. And he does a whole monologue. And then Mike runs down and shoots Bob. And then has a heart attack. And then it cuts to the Red Room and 25 years later. And the man from another place does his speech, and Laura's double is in there, and she whispers something into Coop's ear, and then that's how it ends.
All right, I need to watch this. That sounds amazing.
It's all footage that they use later in the season.
Yeah. Okay.
But they just put it at the end of the first episode.
Compress it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
And like you watch it, and I'm just like, so how did the show continue?
Yeah.
In Europe? Because I believe every other episode after that is just what they aired here in the States.
Okay.
Which is clearly them trying to solve the murder of who killed Laura Palmer. But if you'd seen that...
Yeah.
Well, you kind of already know who killed Laura Palmer.
Mike shoots Bob and then has a heart attack?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Yep. And so...
Holy shit.
So we watched that, and I was just like, okay, kind of forget all of that part. And then we continued watching it, and then, like, they don't introduce Mike until, like, the 4th episode.
Right?
And I think that's, like, the first time that they kind of reference Bob as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I think the first Red Room episode is, like, the 3rd one.
It's the end of the 3rd one, yeah. Amazing.
Which, again, is just the exact same scene.
Yeah.
Just...
All right.
Yeah. But luckily, she did have the ability to sort of separate it. And then by the time we see the Red Room again in episode 3, she still was like, what the fuck is happening?
That's fantastic.
Which, again, is fucking delightful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To experience that show for the first time again, in a way.
That is awesome.
But also from my end, like, with a renewed respect and appreciation for the show as a whole, and also knowing where it goes.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, she's asking me, like, all these questions, like, you know, this and that, and I was like, well, that's ultimately not going to matter.
Right.
Like, she asked me, like, why is Donna's mom in a wheelchair? And I was like, because she is?
Yeah, why not?
It's like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Because people are disabled.
Yeah.
You can check your shit at the door.
I disability shamed her.
Good. As you should.
But yeah, they're just other things. And then like at one point I was just like, you know, as the show goes on, you are not ready. You are just not prepared for where this show is going to go.
I feel like the phrase "you are not ready" gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And not always in reference to things that one really needs to be ready for.
Sure.
This is maybe the first time that I've ever heard it accurately applied.
What's funny is that she has a real thing against prequels.
Okay.
Just in general.
Okay, so she's gonna love Firewalk with me.
So we were talking at some point about it. It's like, let me guess, there's a fucking prequel, right? Yeah. There actually is. I am also, I have to figure out a way to set her up to, I've told her if she's looking for answers.
Yeah.
To keep your expectations low.
Yeah. That's a good plan too.
Because I think that's what really stuck with me when we watched Twin Peaks for this show.
Yeah.
The watching Firewalk with me and not getting anything from it. And this was before The Return.
Right.
I think was even a rumor. And just being severely disappointed. But now having renewed appreciation for it, like I totally get what it was going for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to prepare for just, you know, like just don't expect anything concrete from this show.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really the best way to watch it.
Yep.
Just enjoy the vibes.
Yep. But she's liking it. She's liking it a lot. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that is making me happy.
Excellent. I still can't think of anything.
All right. You know what?
I'm sure there was something, but I can't think of anything.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You got a Banshee toy.
I did get a Banshee toy that I still haven't opened yet.
All right.
Yeah, I'd been hoping for a good version of the original design of Banshee.
Yeah.
Sean Cassidy,
Yeah.
right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been putting together a Marvel Legends, all new, all different X-Men for years and years, just waiting for figures to come out.
Sure.
And they finally did a version of Banshee in his original suit that I like. And the packaging is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's made to sort of look like a comic book cover.
Yep.
And he comes with a little like replica of Giant Size X-Men #1, which is cool. And yeah, I just haven't opened it yet, but that's really cool.
Yeah. I stopped at GameSwap earlier today, and they had quite a few of those. That line in particular, they had the Adam Warlock, which I thought about. Like, I looked at it, and I was like, I don't need to spend $25 right now.
Yeah.
They also had the Secret Wars Captain America, which that almost pushed me over the edge.
Oh yeah.
But I left it all there, and I just walked out of the store. So
I got the black suit Spider-Man from that Secret Wars series. Yeah, I'd been wanting a good 6-inch scale black suit Spidey for a long time, and I just hadn't come across one that I really liked, and that one is just perfect.
Excellent.
So yeah. So there's some stuff.
There's something out there.
Yeah. My brain is just mush, and I can't think of things.
It's fine. You got Who Dade at Taco Bell?
Fuck off. Do you have a movie in mind for next week? Asshole.
I do.
What do you got?
So kind of just an insight into how this show works sometimes.
Oh no.
It's so, you know, we obviously switch back and forth who picks the movie. Usually, like, I know you have a list that sometimes day of show you have to consult to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
I usually pick like 2 in advance.
Okay.
So, like, I already know, you know, pre-existing, like, what I'm gonna pick for the next time. Sometimes it changes, but, like, you know, like when I picked The Conversation,
Yeah.
like that was, like, gonna be, like, the next in line that I pick. I was actually gonna pick Possession first.
Okay.
And then when Hackman died, I was like, no, I gotta switch that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so it is just by pure coincidence that I am picking this next movie, because this is what I was going to pick no matter what. But we are going to hopefully watch another vehicular-based action movie.
Ooh, okay.
One whose title made me laugh out loud when I first saw it in the theater.
Oh, God.
I would like to watch Plane.
Okay. Okay.
Gerard Butler, Mike Coulter. Yep.
Yeah.
Plane.
Yeah. I do really like Mike Coulter.
Yeah, he's great. I have an appreciation for Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
I watched Den of Thieves not too long ago, and
Okay.
he's pretty great.
Oh, yeah, Den of Thieves?
Yeah.
You're going to watch Den of Thieves too, eh? Mon ami?
At some point.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're doing there, but...
I'm the king of the thieves.
Okay.
From the bayou.
All right.
They call me Remy LeBeau. I don't know, I can't hear the word thieves without thinking of fucking Gambit.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah, I know.
You're broken.
I hate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gambit sucks.
I know. I'm well aware. Plane.
Plane.
Oh, incline plane? My favorite simple machine.
I believe it's short for aeroplane.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And from what I've seen, it's already it's only an hour and 40 minutes. So
Fuck yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, man. All right. Well, plane for next week.
Plane.
And until then, hooday! Keep living your life a quarter mile at a time. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our website, view.guttertrash.net, or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.